There we go. Welcome, everyone. So today's conversation is about something beautifully simple yet profoundly healing. We live in a world full of anxiety, stress, insomnia, emotional overwhelm, and we wish to find a way to heal from everything that we are experiencing that is as simple as our own hands. So today we explore the ancient art of Jinshin Jyutsu with our wellness expert, healer, author, and instructor, Jocelyne. Healing doesn't always begin with doing more. Sometimes it begins with listening more deeply to ourselves. Those are her words. Jocelyne is not only a dear friend, but she is one of my mentors and healers. And she is super dear to my heart, and I can't express my gratitude enough because since the day I met her, and I was introduced also to Jinshin Jyutsu with her, so many things in my life changed for the positive. And not only that, it keeps on changing. The more you practice, the more you are aware about how wonderful the Creator had implied in us so many tools that we don't need anything external. We can heal from the inside. So, Jocelyne, before we talk about techniques and healing, I'd love to begin with you. You've had such an interesting journey from banking to entrepreneurship to healing work. What was happening internally in your life before Jinshin Jyutsu found you?
Hi, everyone. Thank you again for joining us in this hour on a Friday afternoon. It's getting ready to the weekend and probably is the last thing you want to do, talking about healing and my story. So I'm really grateful for your presence here with us today. Thank you, Rita, for organizing this. As you know, I always love to share this knowledge that I've been studying since 2002 and ongoing. It never stops. We always have to study, always have to learn, always have to practice and improve our lives. So my journey with Jinshin Jyutsu was as a simple scenario that it wasn't serious. At the same time, it was a bit serious. I was just attending a class, voice healing, voice clearing. And during the workshop, it was like 2-day workshop. During the break, one of the ladies came and she was so curious to know about me. I used to work at an automotive company at that time. I was managing a department for special cars, and I was happy. Things were going well. Like, I was happy in the sense with my career. I was separated with my husband at the time, and we were like in kind of peaceful mode. But at the same time, not peaceful because, my children were very, very young, and he wasn't really present in supporting me and, with the children financially and so on. So, but career-wise, I was doing extremely well, and I want to attend this class because the lady who organized it was so encouraging me. I didn't want to use the word pushing me, but in a way, please come, and if you don't like it, you don't continue. Anyways, I liked it, so I stayed there. During the break, the lady came, she said, "Can I check your pulse?" And this is how we check the pulse. We do this. So she checked my pulse, and she said, "You need to check your kidneys." I said, "My kidneys are fine." I was really, I don't know why, I felt unhappy with what she said. I said, "My kidneys are fine." She said, "Can I check again?" I said, "Yes." She came and checked. No, check your kidneys." I said, "Thank you, I will." Obviously, I didn't want to check my kidneys because health-wise, I'm very healthy. There is no problem. Few days later, I was driving in Dubai big roundabout. Rita, you would know, Nina, you would know, on round the Trade Center roundabout. At that time, it was still a big roundabout without traffic lights. And I got this pain in my back, my stomach, everywhere. Like I felt I can't breathe, and I started crying and I started praying. What do I need to do? And anyways, I turned the roundabout like 2-3 times because, as you remember, we can't park there, until I managed to go one side because I wasn't thinking, I was in pain. So I pulled on the side, and like I had this so much pain. To cut the story short, I went to the doctor. They told me they did the scan, they did echo, and they said, you have kidney stone. Tiny one, but you have a kidney stone. I dealt with this. I cleared it, bought tons of boxes of water. I stayed at home taking medication for the pain and to clear it. As soon as I finished with that, I called the lady and I explained to her what happened. And I asked her, how did she know from touching my pulse that I have something in my kidneys? She told me, oh, this is Jyutsu, which I couldn't pronounce. I couldn't understand. I said, repeat, what is this? How do you know this? How do you learn this stuff? So she explained to me, and the rest is history. I started studying it because it was so interesting for me. And since then, I never stopped practicing, studying, learning, understanding. And Jinshin Jyutsu is, for me, and for anyone who starts using it, it's like life-changing. And I can say more, it's life-saving. Because I heard this many times from my clients telling me, thank you for changing my life and thank you for saving my life. And one of my my lovely clients, she wrote to me, she said, I was born twice, once when my mom gave birth to me and once when I worked with you, because she was in depression when she came to me. So I can give many examples. I'm not going to give them all now, but Jyutsu is really a life-changing modality because it is something that we are born with. Like it is an innate wisdom. It's something not we're bringing from outside of us, not something that we can create. It's within us. We just need to activate it and to harmonize it. And
it's the power within, basically.
It's the power within, but it's not only the power. It is that wisdom that God created us as human. We were created with, you know, the way we are created, the muscles, blood, bones, breath, and all of that. With all this is that that wisdom, how this body, how the system, not only the physical body, the mental, the emotional, the physical, how it functions. This is what is Jinshin Jyutsu. So the words Jinshin Jyutsu, these 3 words, they mean the meaning of them. It's a Japanese sentence. It means very nice. I got this blank moment.
No, but anyway, I have to interrupt you because first, okay, you got it.
So I'll tell you now. So I wanted to remember, so I do this with my left hand. I join the fingers together and I put this. That brings the memory to the front.
Okay, you just give us one self-help exercise.
I just gave you one self-help. So the left hand with the fingers together, and you do this. Okay. Because the memory is really in the frontal cortex, and you just do this, you just bring it together. This is one of the wisdom that God created us with. Okay. So it's the art of the creator, these 3 words. Jyutsu means the word art. So the art of the creator through the human being.
Beautiful.
People ask me, everyone, does it work for everyone? Yes, no exception, because it's in every one of us. This is how we are born. The key is to understand how our body functions, how our system, I don't like to use much the word body because body is the physical, but the more we understand the whole system of us as human being, how it is created, how it is set, this is how we can manage it. This is how we can harmonize it, and how we can use it to our benefit, and how we can heal. So I hope I explained it.
No, Jocelyne, you are so much passionate about it that I was introducing you and wanting to talk more about you so they get to know you. And you started explaining about Jitsu, like it became your priority. So you
Yeah,
love it very
always.
much. You're very much passionate about it. Okay, I'm going to continue. So you often speak about turning hardship into strength. All right?
Sorry, can you repeat it? Turning hardships?
Hardship into strength.
Strength, yes.
So was there a specific moment in your life when you realized that healing wasn't just personal and for you anymore, but it became your life purpose and you wanted to share it with others and help others to heal as well? Was there a specific moment that this happened, when this happened, or it was just random? And
it happened from the beginning, actually. From the moment I learned about it, I started exploring, if I want to use the word exploring, but I started, when you are on this path and you discover something new, you want to share it immediately with your friends and with your family. And this is what happened with me. So whatever and whoever has an issue of physical, emotional, I would say do this, because I bought the book immediately when this friend of mine told me about it. I bought the book and I started reading it, and actually I read it cover to cover, literally cover to cover, even who printed it, who published it, everything. And I read it more than once. At that time, I used every single book I used to get, I would read it twice. Once is like I just read it, all of it, and then the second time, so I finish it and I read it immediately, not like I read something else and I go back to it on the spot. I finish the last page and then I go from page 1 again. So there were many exercises in the book that I started implementing them and practicing them, and I found I could see the difference in me. I'll between brackets here, I'm going to share with you what happened. I was traveling it was 2002, actually, that same year. I went to China, Singapore, that side of the area for like 2 weeks or like 12 days. Singapore was only actually at the airport. I was like maybe 2-3 hours lay off at the airport, and I thought to benefit because I learned this. So I wanted to keep working on my kidneys. This is the index finger is directly connected to the bladder and to the kidneys. So I'm sitting at the airport waiting for the flight, and I'm just, doing this.
Holding the finger.
I started feeling water dripping in my back. So I put my hand at the back. There is no water. I put my hand under the shirt. There is no water in my back. And I looked around, I looked up, there is nothing. Then I went back and continued. And then I could feel, like when there is the tap water is like dripping and making noise.
Drop by drop.
And I felt that. And then again, I looked again. And then there was a lady sitting next to me. I said, "Excuse me, can you please check if there is water in my bag?" I don't know her. So she checked. She said, "No, there is nothing." I couldn't feel water, but there is something dripping inside of me. Okay. And since then, it's like whoever I meet, whoever I see, it started with friends and family, but then later on, anybody I see and they have a problem, even on the plane, once a lady went unconscious, I rushed and then I rescued her. Like I became the rescuer.
the hero of the plane.
The hero. Now I don't do this anymore. I just ask, "Would you like me to help you?" Then I do. But at the beginning, people who work in this field, we want to help everyone. We want to rescue everyone. But then with time, you learn that it is their journey, it is their life, and you just ask them, do they need your help? Then I can offer it. If they don't need my help, then it's their choice.
100%. And then also I believe that it became word of mouth. So basically the friend would tell the friend, and the friend would tell another friend, and you became super famous. And that's how I was introduced to you, actually.
Yes. So to continue, how the idea kept coming as the friends and as the family. That's, as I said, from 2002. In 2014, I was asked by the head office of Jinshin Jyutsu from the US in Scottsdale to be the organizer of the classes in the Middle East. And I started organizing these classes and organizing Jinshin Jyutsu to learn the material is a big thing because there is a lot of work to be done. And learning from the teachers directly, because I used to spend a whole week with the teachers during the class and before and after the class to discuss things, to work on things. And I became more in tuned in this, and students in the class, they started asking me to give them sessions. So usually at a typical Jinshin Jyutsu class, which is a 5-day class, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. There is a lot of material to cover when you want to really study it as a practitioner, because you study the anatomy, the energy, the emotion, and all of that, the physical, everything. So the teacher, everybody wants to benefit from a teacher visiting. They used to give private sessions, let's say after the class or during the break or 2 days after the class. Because I help the teacher in the class, putting my hands on, the head of the students or the arm, or like supporting them during the class, they started asking to take sessions with me and not with the teacher.
Wow.
That was, this is how actually I started, because I was running my restaurant and my cafe. I had another business on the side and I had no time. So, and I would say, no, I don't give sessions. And then I would refer them to the practitioners who give sessions, but they would insist that they wanted to work with me. And then this is when you said they like word of mouth, and they started saying, I'll go tell her that she will give you, like, they all knew my weak point, that if somebody tell me, please, I have this pain or I have that, I would not say no, I would go and, give them the session. Yeah. And then they started telling each other. And this is how, it went from Dubai to Kuwait to Saudi, and then back to Dubai to Abu Dhabi, and then people started referring me. So it kind of organically happened. It wasn't really my plan to be a practitioner or to do this professionally. It just happened, and I enjoyed it. I liked it, and especially when you see the result on people, it's like you can't stop it. It becomes addictive, and the more you help people, the more you want to help people.
True. And I have experienced it myself with you. And also I loved it so much that I wanted to learn. And when I took the course, the first course, I still have to retake it for sure. But it's like, I was amazed because I never expected the course to be that dense. And as you said, they go with the anatomy, and they explain so much more than what I expected. And it's fascinating. It's fascinating how everything is linked. And maybe it was not your plan, but for sure it was the universe plan to heal others and to heal yourself, of course. So and one thing, since when I discovered it with you, one thing I loved about this practice is how gentle it is, how soft, subtle, and gentle it is. Like you, and I feel that nowadays, most of us, our nervous system is on the edge. And I believe that Jinshin Jyutsu is one of the best modalities to reach a softer and more a calmer nervous system. So what do you think people today, why do you think people today are craving the softer form of healing?
Healing sometimes could be difficult to deal with because we are used to a certain lifestyle, we are used to certain habits, to certain patterns, and anything that will come and shake it will shake everything, and you think like, oh, everything is collapsing, and nobody wants to deal with a collapsed state or shaking the boat or shaking. Nobody wants that. You're already dealing with so many things, and we come and then shake things again. It's not easy. Nobody wants to deal with this. So
They want to stay in their comfort zone. They
yes,
even with the pain, sometimes the pain becomes the comfort.
absolutely. And the more actually the person is in a negative situation or struggling, the less they want to deal with something to shake them. They want something that helps them, like the massage. You lay down, you get the massage, I feel better, that's it. I don't want to make efforts, I don't want to be tired, I don't want to deal with this or that. So some modalities are good, and we can't deny this. There are many, many, many good modalities, but majority are not easy to deal with, because you have to dig inside of you and get, and purge everything out, which, as I said, many people are not ready for that. The beautiful part with Jinshin Jyutsu is, other than it's very subtle, and things change in your life organically, gently, daily, without you realizing it, actually. I'm going to give an example how this works. At the same time, you don't have to make any efforts. And there are people, as you know, they do not like to share what is the problem. True. They do not want to talk about it. They know they have a problem. They know the problem, but they need help, but they don't want to tell you what is the problem. And I understand, and I was one. I never told anyone, including my siblings, including my parents, I never told anyone what I was going through. I used to sit and write till, after midnight, expressing my crying and emotions and sadness and all of this, but I never told anyone. So I understand when people do not want to share what they're going through. The beauty of Jinshin Jyutsu is you do not need to come and tell me, not only me, any practitioner, you do not need to go and say, what is the problem? Because when we check the pulse, we know where we're going to work. If you feel sad, if you feel angry, if you feel worried, if you feel fear, whatever it is, we can tell from the pulse, we can feel it, we can work on this without you saying anything. I'll give an example. I had a client from UAE, UAE national. Her friend, who is my client, told her to come to me, and she doesn't have to tell me anything. So she came to me because her husband, that she fought her family to marry him. They were in love, they got married, and she did whatever she could to marry him, despite her parents didn't agree. Finally, they had to agree, but they were not agreeing on him from, how to say that, like social family levels.
Yeah.
And years later, he went and got married to a second lady in secrecy. I don't know, the people from Europe maybe this is a bit surprising for them, but it's like the second marriage, keeping the first marriage, which happens in Islam. So that pain could never leave her. So she asked for divorce, she divorced, then they went back because they had 4 or 5 children, and so she was struggling. After years, I think it was 10 years later, she still married to this person, but the pain that he married someone else was still hurting her. So her friend told her to come and see me without even telling me. And she didn't tell me. She told me, I said, why you're here? She said, because I have pain in my neck. And so I usually don't do this. I said, where? Show me exactly. So she would do this. So I put my hand, I say here, she say no, lower. I put my hand lower, she say no, higher. I say higher, she said, actually not my back, it's my foot. Okay. And I said, where on your foot? Then she showed me. And then she smiled. I said, you know what? Today, I'm not gonna work on your back or on your foot. I'm gonna give you a general session to help you to feel better, to help you feel, calmer, blah, blah. And then the next sessions, we will see what will come up. And this is what happened. I gave her the session. By end of the session, I told her, you need to heal your relationship with your husband and with your father. And she looked at me and she said, alhamdulillah, like the situation is very good with my dad and with my husband, everything is okay. I said, that's brilliant. Then if they did anything that, you didn't like or you're not happy about, it's time to forgive them. But anyways, the days, we're working, it's going to happen organically. It's going to happen, without you making any effort. When we finished, she asked me, can I hug you? I said, yes.
Oh,
So she hugged me and she said, thank you so much. I feel so much better. I feel relieved, she said. And she said, you are like amazing. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but thank you so much. I said, you're welcome. A few days later, she told me the story. While we're still doing the sessions, because we do 5 in a row, she told me
yes.
what happened and so on. I want to talk about like the how subtle it is. I'm working currently with a young girl. She's 18. The parents are divorced. She lives with her father and she sees her mother like almost every day because she feels guilty if she doesn't see her mom. Because somehow the mom makes her feel guilty if she doesn't give time or allocate time to see her daily. After a couple of sessions, she decided, because the confidence in her is there, and then she feels better to express herself. She told her mom, I have other plans. I want to see my friends. I don't want to come and see you every day. And so the mother didn't like it, actually. But the girl is like, she feels like she has this courage to express to her mom without knowing that the sessions are giving her that confidence that she can say, I don't want to feel guilty. I don't want to see her. And she told her mom, I have other plans. I want to spend time with my friends before they leave for the vacation. And I will see you on Friday. That was like on Monday. And the mom told her, what? You have no time for me from now till Friday? She said, yes, I have plans tomorrow. I have plans on this day, and we're going to the beach. And she said, you see, I can do this now. I said, yes, this is the beauty of Jinshin Jyutsu, because it's really subtle. The person thinks that they have changed, they have the courage now, they have the confidence. It's that subtle that the person doesn't realize that they are taking different actions in their life. It's a simple example I gave you, but there are like really more deeper actions that people take, that it really changes your life organically by placing your hands on points on your body. And you are just in a different energy, different lifestyle even.
Definitely, because Jinshin Jyutsu doesn't only cure the physical, it cures also like the mental, the emotional, because as you said, like even when people think that it's they changed their mindset because they did this and they did that. However, when of course they have to do things, they have to first approve of themselves to go through the change. As we said, change sometimes is uncomfortable. However, when they start doing Jinshin Jyutsu as well, together with the things that they are doing, it's like a boost, because that's what I felt. I felt like it's a shot, it's a boost that would skip so many things that I should have been doing before to reach that level. And doing Jinshin Jyutsu was like super fast. And one thing that I wanted to ask you about is what about the ones in their 40s and 50s? And I'm talking men or women who are facing challenges with the change of hormones in their middle life, if we may say, and they are struggling to regain their sensuality, their sexuality. How can Jinshin Jyutsu help them in that regard?
So as we said, Jinshin Jyutsu works on everything, because it's the whole human system. I like to use the word system, as I said, mental, emotional, physical.
Yes.
In Jinshin Jyutsu and all the ancient arts, acupuncture, acupressure, Ayurveda, all of these, the organs that are in charge of sensuality and sexuality are the kidneys. So they are the organs that we have to look after. We have to keep cleansing them, harmonizing them. So from a regular or a common sense thing is we drink a glass of water with a squeeze of lemon daily to keep flushing the kidneys, especially if people are taking medication, especially strong medication like for blood pressure, for any other, especially if people take antidepressant or anti this, anti that. These medication, they keep a lot of residue in the kidneys and in the liver. So on a daily basis, they have to be flushed by the water with lemon. And I like to always give this advice, a good olive, 1 spoon of very good quality olive oil with a squeeze of lemon on empty stomach, that will keep cleaning the liver and the kidneys.
Yes.
From a Jyutsu perspective, there is a flow, we call it the kidney flow. If you like, we can practice it together now.
Yes.
It's a simple, fast one. We'll just do a few steps. If you like to either take screenshot in case we don't share this information, take screenshot of every step, or just let's do it together. And then after this, I will repeat it so you can take your screenshots so you can practice it later on together.
Beautiful.
So I don't know how you're sitting, but try to sit comfortably. We're going to put the right hand on the, I have to stand to show you. We'll put the right hand on the pubic bone.
Yes.
Okay. And the left hand will be on the little toe.
Okay, so we hold the little toe with the left hand.
Yes.
Okay. Is it okay to cross the legs while doing this?
Yeah, I'm gonna be standing to just show you. I will actually try to
Go back.
Yeah, I'll 1 second so you don't hear the noise of the table. Okay, so I'm going to lower this. So you hold the little toe just like this. Can you see it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so this is how you hold the little toe. If you're sitting in bed or on a sofa, you can just do your leg like this.
Exactly.
And then like this, and then hold it here. Okay?
Okay.
So
And,
this is
and the right hand is on the
pubic bone.
Yes.
So I'm going to sit and I'm going to, so we're doing the right hand. So right hand on pubic bone and left hand on also right little toe.
Okay.
Okay. This is the first step. You could stay like this. We will not do it that length. You can stay 5 minutes on each step. We will just do, like a minute just for you to learn it. And then you can ask.
Can I interrupt a bit, Jocelyne, just to about like it's more of personal experience with you. So basically, when you do this, if you just close your eyes and center and start breathing, some of you might start feeling the pulse where you are touching. And when you start feeling the pulse, you would feel different pulses, like where your right hand is, you would feel a pulse on a different rhythm than where your left hand is. And the beauty is when the rhythm becomes one and you feel the sync, you feel that they synchronized between both places, spots on the body, points in the body. And then for me, this is what I do when I do the self-healing. I wait for them to harmonize. I don't count the minutes or the seconds. And when I feel the beat is the same, then I move to the second one. So correct me if I'm doing wrong.
Well done, an excellent student.
Good student. Okay, so
we will move the hand from the toe and we will put it on the coccyx. So now you have one hand on the pubic bone and one hand on the coccyx. Yes. When you're in bed, it is very easy, or when you're sitting on a sofa, it's very comfortable, very easy. You might actually feel relaxed and you might sleep, which is fine, you can. Because once you do this, the flow on its own will keep working. Even if you sleep halfway, it will still work because that's the path of the kidney function and it will work on its own. But at least it should be done at least once fully for the body to recognize it and to continue. It is the flow anyways, the how to call it, the innate one. It is there. Like, we're not, as I said, we're not bringing anything from outside. We are just activating and harmonizing what is already moving. So kidneys function this way anyways. We are just reminding this function to be active. That's what we are doing by placing the hands on these points.
Yeah, like reviving those points, because sometimes they are dormant, correct? Or they are functioning at their best.
Yeah, and what we look at, like what we believe creates the illness, all kind of illness, is either stagnation or excess. So if you have stagnation in anything, it means you have lack. So that's going to create illness because there is not enough energy or breath going through that area. And if you have excess, it's a lot. That means also the body, the organs are not able to clear or to harmonize that excess because it's too much. This is how the body starts creating the issues and the illness. So when you put your hands, whether it's excess or stagnant or lack, as I said, the innate wisdom of us, it will just clear it on its own. So we don't need to think, is it less or more? We just put our hands and the system will just clear it.
It will work by itself. So this flow is only 2 steps?
No, there are 2 more steps. So we're 3 more steps. So we remove the hand from the pubic bone, and then we put it on the opposite rib cage. I'll move fast with this. So the hand on the coccyx will stay there, and the hand here will move to the rib cage.
The right hand will move to the left rib cage.
To the left rib cage, and then we'll move to the chest.
To the left side of the
and
chest.
You can, yeah, the same. We're working on the same side, and then it will, like, you just rest your hand. You don't need to make to put any pressure. You don't need to find where is the exact spot. You just put your hand, because the size of the point, which we call it in Shin Jyutsu, the safety energy lock, the point on the body is the size of the radius of your arm, of your hand. So this is the size. That's why if you put your hand completely, it's just gonna be enough and it will be good. And the last step would be on the neck. So either you put your hand like this on the neck, or you put it from the back, you do this. Whatever is more comfortable for you.
Yes.
So these are the steps. One hand on the pubic bone. With the other hand, we hold the little toe. Then from little toe, it goes to the coccyx. The hand stays at the coccyx. You move your hand from pubic bone to the opposite rib cage, then the chest, then the neck. And this actually, if you do it slowly, you give yourself time to practice it, it's gonna really activate. And you do left and right. So you do the opposite side, exactly the same steps, but you hold the opposite side. You are balancing the past and the present. You are balancing your feminine and masculine energy. You will be harmonizing both kidneys, which means you are activating your sensuality and sexuality at the same time.
And also when you are... Sorry.
Just for fun, I can't do this flow to men when they come and work with me. I really cannot do it. Because I will be in trouble. However,
that's how it works.
Yes, exactly. I did it. I did this flow a few times for a gentleman who was having really sexual problems with his wife, and I had to do it because, you know, I'm helping him with this issue. So I had to do it for him. And then he would look at me and smile. Like, so I would stop sometimes halfway and then go do something else. It does work. Please try it, and you will laugh at the experience.
At the experience. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, amazing, amazing. What I wanted to point also is that when you're balancing the feminine and the masculine, you're automatically balancing the hormones as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So this flow also would help with the hormonal imbalance.
Yes, kidneys are actually, they become disharmonized by fear. So if we live in constant fear, if we have a lot of fear in our lives, this disharmonizes the kidneys and the bladder. So, and with the current situation in the whole world, I guess many people are going through fear of tomorrow, fear of what will happen, fear. So this will also help to clear that fear from our system. So it's not only for sensuality and sexuality. As you learned, Rita, every single flow and every single step we do with Jinshin Jyutsu, it has at least 20 benefits, if not more, because every step is connecting your system for something. As I said, emotional, mental, physical. The difference between this, when I want to do the flows, is the sequence that I follow. So now the sequence we followed is, the one we just did. This is the sequence. If I want, and here we are working on the function of the kidneys. If I want to work on pure emotional, I will have other sequence. I'm still using the same points, but I'm working on different level, because it's the sequence that dictates if I'm focusing on emotional, mental, or physical. But at the same time, when I'm working on the physical, I am helping the emotional and the mental, and vice versa.
Yes, 100%. And do you advise them to drink lots of water before or after?
Always. Yes, after the session, always. I mean, sometimes you're doing this and you sleep. Of course, when you sleep, you're sleeping. You don't need to drink anything. Many people during the flows, they sleep from the first step if they are practicing it a lot. But in general, yes, when you finish the flow, it would be advisable to drink water, because you need to keep helping the system to keep moving.
To flush, stay hydrated.
Absolutely.
Just like now, you need some water because you spoke a lot.
I do. I do.
Okay, what continues to amaze you most about Jinshin Jyutsu, like after all these years?
It's the results, actually, the results that I see in people. Rita, every single client I worked with is recommended by someone. Like, my work is only word of mouth. So I don't have a single client until now, since 2014, when this became really as a profession. Until now, I haven't worked with a single client. I receive inquiries on the social media. They ask and they say, I want to come and see you, I'll book, but it never happens. Every single client is because someone recommended me and recommended Jinshin Jyutsu for the sessions. So again, it's really the results that people have, the changes they have in their life. That's what keeps me. And it's actually the power of the human, like how much wisdom and power we have within us. And a simple touch changes and give you changes in your life. It's like a miracle.
Yeah, again, and most of us don't link the physical to the mental or to the emotional, and that's why they go directly to artificial ways of dealing with the pain, the physical pain itself, without going back to the root cause, when most of the time we both know that the cause is most of the time either mental or emotional, or it has to do with trauma, or it has to do with something that happened in life more than something that happened to the body. Something happened to the one, the being that is within us. And most of us, most of this generation also is highly anxious. All the teenagers, because they have fear for the future, fear, and they are fed information all day long through the scrolling of the phone. And I bet that you have noticed a lot of anxiety in teenagers. So what can you give us to give to our kids or to someone that we know who is going through anxious periods? Because I know that a lot of people are experiencing also panic attacks or anxiety attacks. So I know that there is a self-help that is wonderful, that you would be generous enough to teach us how to do it. It's simple, right? It's one step.
Yeah. So our thumb is one of the most important part that is connected directly to the nervous system. And this is actually also not only for anxiety, it's also good for digestion, and it's also good for sleeping. Because when people have insomnia, what is insomnia? Insomnia is the mind is not shutting down, thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking about stuff that you don't need to think now when you want to sleep, but they just start, coming to your mind at the time when you want to sleep. So to calm the mind is actually you hold the thumb together with the pad like this. So this is actually a very simple step that you can relax your shoulder, hold the hand like this. I hope I'm showing it.
And make sure to hold also this part of.
So to hold here with the pad of the thumb, you hold it like this. This is for insomnia. And if you're still sleeping, you hold the little finger. The little finger is connected also to the heart and to the small intestine, which means that will help you to stop analyzing, will help you to stop thinking, and will help you to stop efforting. Because people, when they can't sleep, they start, thinking what they're gonna do to sleep. So the efforts that you make to start planning, what am I going to do now to sleep, that will shut it down. If for any reason, and most likely you will sleep. If not, you do the other hand. So you do the other thumb, then the little finger, if you don't sleep. But usually when you do the first hand, you're already gone. You're already asleep.
So this is basically for people who are experiencing anxiety before going to sleep.
Not only that, this is for those who have insomnia.
Okay.
But for you and for the children and for everyone, if you have anxiety, this is also because we said it's connected to the nervous system, to the spleen, because it's connected to the spleen and it's connected to the stomach. So when you hold it like this, you are calming your mind, you are calming your stomach, you are calming all these worry in your mind. But for panic attacks, there is a little bit more to do. For panic attacks, we have two steps. You don't have to do both, one of them. So either here, the collarbone. So you put your hand on the collarbone and the dent of the collarbone, you just do like this, or you do like this, whichever is easier. So either you cross your hands or this way. I do both because both are comfortable for me, but you can do either or. So most important is that you rest your fingers on the dent of the collarbone. And the important one, that's like immediately before you get the panic attack, or at the moment of the panic attack, we go to the foot. So again, we have to go to the little toe. Remember, we said the little toe is with the kidney, and kidney is fear. So this is how we clear it. So one hand on the little toe, and the other hand on the ankle.
Ankle from inside.
From inside. So this is to clear the panic attack on the spot. Now, if you are with someone and they are having panic attack, you hold this for them and you ask them to hold the thumb. Within seconds, that it will stop. So
That's
if
amazing.
you're helping someone, this is what you do. They hold their own thumb and you do that for them. Or if you are having a panic attack and you have someone around you, you tell them to hold the little toe and the inner ankle, and sorry, you hold your own thumb. This will be instantly will go. Obviously, you need to take a deep breath, like, because usually panic attack people start
Yeah, they cannot breathe well.
they start breathing fast. It's the
Very bad.
opposite. You need to lift your shoulder and then take a deep breath slowly, and the panic attack will disappear.
Yeah, that's also what I love about Jinshin Jitsu. It's like a small emergency first aid kit that you have within. You don't have to carry anything in your bag. You just have it within. And when something happens, you can
Do
immediately
it on the spot and
do it.
anywhere. Yeah, whether you're in the car, I would like to teach them something that maybe they will like it. When I posted this on Instagram 2 years ago, people they started sending me messages like, "Oh my God, it works! I tried it. It works." Of course, it works. I wouldn't post it if it doesn't.
Everything works.
Yeah. So if you're on the road and you have to go to the bathroom and you're in a traffic or you're in a car or you're in a public
That's
place,
amazing.
you don't want to use the public toilet for whatever reasons, is actually you do this 3 fingers. So you put the thumb and the index finger together and the middle finger goes on top. I will repeat it. So just like this, and then the middle finger on top. And check it and see how you will be able to wait till you reach home or wherever you want to reach. This is something
amazing, actually. That's amazing. So I bet all of us had this at least once in our life, especially girls. Like for men, it's easier maybe, but for us, yes, definitely it would help. It's amazing. It is amazing. And one more thing, if we still have a bit of time to ask about, which I believe also us as coaches or also mothers, we can, let me put it like this, we can sometimes feel emotionally depleted. You know, whether we are giving a lot or as coaches, we didn't protect our emotional and nervous system enough and our energy enough that, you know, sometimes you meet people who take from you, who drain you energetically. So do you have a step that you can teach us how to, for people who are emotionally stuck or emotionally depleted, how to refresh this or to fill the tank quickly?
Yes. there is always something for everything in Jinshin Jitsu, but like I'm thinking which one. There are many. I like this flow. Actually, we call it maintenance flow because it balances all the hormonals. It balances the endocrine system, which is the hormones. It grounds you. It keeps you present. It has a variety of benefits. It is a little bit long, but I'm just going to show it to you. It's a flow I teach a lot, and I love to teach a lot, and I love people to do it because it has a lot of benefits.
I have the picture of it.
Yes.
We're talking about this one, correct?
The main central. Yes.
The main central. I can send it to them on the group.
When we say the main central is because it is, like from my perspective, it harmonizes everything because it connects and works with all the organs, and it's the vagus nerve actually. But in other terms, in our terms, in Jinshin Jitsu terms, is the main central that we put the hand here, first step, second step on the nose, on the collarbone, on the chest. And each step you don't have to do equally. Like one step you could stay 5 minutes, one step you could stay 1 minute, one step you could stay 10 minutes. No planning, just as Rita said, you said earlier, just feel that pulse and then you feel if you want to move or not. And even you, and this also helps with sleeping, by the way, for insomnia. So the first, second, third here on the chest, and then on the bone here, the sternum, and then the lower part of the sternum, then on the below the belly button, and then on the pubic bone, and then you keep this on the pubic bone, you remove the hand from the head, and you put it on the coccyx. If you have it, Rita, please share it later so they can remember it. This one, it will harmonize everything. Most important, it grounds you. You feel present. You feel everything is harmonized in one go. And it's a maintenance flow that you can do every single day. If you do it in the morning when you wake up and you're still in bed, it energizes you. If you do it at night before you sleep, it makes you relax and sleep. That's the wisdom of our body. That's the wisdom of this innate knowledge.
If I may talk about my personal experience, this flow was a saver for me, because when I went to see Jocelyne, I was going through the first periods of my separation, and that led to divorce later on. Yes, but the step to be able to take the big giant step that I did when moving country, changing the whole thing all over again and starting from scratch, basically, I used to do this flow, and the immediate relief that you get, like you feel as if you were showered with softness. That's how you feel at the end. Like literally, you feel as if you are inside the cloud, not on the cloud, inside the cloud. It's super amazing. And I think that this flow is like a beautiful gift for that you're giving us today, Jocelyne.
Yeah, I'd like to add about this flow. It also harmonizes the feminine and masculine energy in the system. So when people, they ask me, especially ladies, they ask me, I want to activate my feminine energy more. This is the flow that you need to do to activate it. But at the same time, it does activate the masculine because it's balancing everything. So as we said earlier, lack or excess, it balances the lack and the excess. Naturally, organically, without you doing anything except these steps.
Beautiful. I'm gonna leave some space for anyone who has questions before we close. Anyone?
Yes, please. If you have any questions, if you'd like.
Nina is with us from Dubai.
Hi, Jocelyne. Thank you. Rita, thank you for offering this. I was thinking, Jocelyne, because you said that some people, they don't want to share the topic, or they come and they just have a dis-ease. They don't know where it's coming from. So how do you proceed? Actually, it's as if you scan the whole body to just see where it feels stuck, or how? I'm very curious, what could be your starting point?
Yes, it's a great question, because this is a very, I'm asked this question many times, actually. People think like I'm a genius, or or like I read things. It's not. It's as I said earlier, I check the pulse. From the pulse, I can know if I need to work on this part or that part. And when I start with the flow, there are flows that we kind of consider them general to get the body activated, to get the system. I don't want to use the word body, to get the system in harmony. So when I put my hands, the place that I feel stuckness, that I feel the energy is not moving, I know that I need to work on that. So sometimes it's a word like, sometimes you say a word and that word tells me that I need to work on anger. Sometimes it's just the energy that I need. I don't need, and I always tell people, I do not need to know the exact situation or the exact incident. I just want to know, do you feel, let's say, sad, or you feel angry? I don't really ask that, because I feel it in the pulse and in the energy of the body. And I always say, I do not need to know what happened. The story itself is not important for me. For me, it is if the person is feeling sad or feeling angry. or the other emotions, because in Jinshin Jyutsu we focus on 5 attitudes. I'm gonna say them: worry, fear, anger, sadness, and pretending to be happy, pretending to be successful, pretending to be enjoying this, pretending, all the pretense in the world that we all have. We focus on these, and from these we know where to work. So the story, the exact thing that is happening, it's not important for us. Did
Also,
I answer your question?
Yeah.
I think also it takes experience because of how many people you have helped as well. So you can read the signs even faster than before, maybe.
Sometimes, but also the body, from the body, because the body expresses the emotion and the mental. And with Jinshin Jyutsu, we do study the body. As I said, we study the anatomy, and we study what is happening in the body. Let's say with the toes, I can tell if you are holding on and you're not exhaling, and you are like the person who do not let go easily. So I work on that. I can tell from the toes.
Yeah.
Or it's the opposite. You are taking and not letting, always receiving, because the toes can tell me that. The hands, the whole thing.
Yeah. The body talks by the end of the
Yeah.
day. And that's why we say listen to the body, like listen to whatever your body is trying to tell you. And for everyone, I would like to tell you that Jocelyne is going to come to Italy. Hopefully after September, we're going to announce it, and she will be teaching you more about Jinshin Jyutsu, and she'll be doing also her healing sessions at Kala that will soon open in September, and she will be having also some self-help courses, correct, Jocelyne?
Yes.
Amazing. Okay, we have Chiara who's asking you if you recommend, she's thanking you for your story first, and she's asking you if you can recommend any good book, a bit of self-study.
For Jinshin Jyutsu, there are many. The first book that I read myself is called The Art of... let me, 1 second. Yeah. No, it's not here. It's called The Touch of Healing. And the lady who wrote it is called Alice Burmeister. So Touch, Touch, Touch of Healing. It's written by Alice Burmeister. She is the daughter-in-law of Mary Burmeister, the lady who brought Jinshin Jyutsu from Japan to the US. And of course, we got it in Europe and in the Middle East through her, translated from Japanese to English, plus her own work, her own studies, her own researches. She died now. That was a long time ago. These are the books that when we study, we have them. It's just the flows, how they are, and the exercises. If you notice behind me, I have the chart that you can also Google and see on, you can Google it, it's there. I will just bring the laptop a little bit closer. So the lower one is for me to understand more where is the problem, because we work with the root problem. Let's say if you have a headache, we don't do what the medical world do. We go to the root cause of the headache, because headache has several causes. And sometimes it's gallbladder, sometimes it's other organs, sometimes it's energy, stuckness, and so on. The upper one is the points where they are and each one what it is for. So when you Google, put SEL, Safety Energy Logs, SEL chart, you will find it and you will look at it. You might not understand it much, but it's just for your information. The other one is the hand, which is, it tells you about each finger, what it is. As I said, worry, fear, anger, sadness, and pretense. And at the same time, each finger, it's connected to 2 organs, and you will know each finger for which organ is connected. I didn't talk much about them because they're available online, so you can, take the picture of the hand and just, practice it, hold each finger a few minutes, and you will start feeling the difference in your body.
Beautiful. Anyone else has a question?
Is like the social media, we're noticing that today there is a new syndrome, which is the thumb syndrome. Medically, they have to actually do surgeries now because of the thumb, because of the scrolling, and the neck syndrome because of also spending so much time. Does this contribute to more anxiety in people? And not
Yes.
so it's about not only the things that we are feeding ourselves with, but also our posture during these social media sessions that contribute to our anxiety.
Yes, of course. Anxiety is actually, big part of it is because of the frequency of the devices, of the routers, the mobiles, the tablets. So the more we are close to them, especially when you are sleeping. If during the day, it's okay because you're awake, your system is not absorbing everything as much as when you sleep. Because when you sleep, it is the organs that are working, liver, gallbladder, lung. And when you're in a pause or rest mode, you're not in control anymore. So whatever is around you, your body is absorbing it. Because you all know that our body is vibration. It works on vibration. So when we are sleeping, all these vibration, all these frequencies from these devices are affecting the nervous system. That's why this past 2 weeks, I've been working with teenagers. They have extreme anxiety, they have panic attacks. The first thing I said, you put off the router. And I asked the first question, do you have a router in your room? Yes. Do you sleep with your mobile next to you? Yes. They wear all these Whoop, whatever it's called. I say, take them off, because all teenagers, they have it because they think they need to monitor their sleep, and they don't sleep because of it. They think they're monitoring. It's because of it they're not sleeping, but they don't understand it. So this is the first step that I say, get them out from the room, put them off. And not only, let's say for the router, don't just put off the router. It has to be off from the power, like remove the power. Like with Dubai, we have this button, you need to put off the button. No electricity coming, because it will keep working even if you put it off and the electricity is still on. So, but obviously when your neck is like this most of the time, they will have more anxiety because the flow of the what is moelle épinière?
Yeah.
The bone marrow. No, the bone. Was it called?
Bone marrow.
The bone marrow of the spine is not flowing anymore. And when it's not flowing, of course, there is that fear, that anxiety that will become even stronger. And they will have panics over anything and everything. Even they don't know what it is, they just panic over nothing. Because again, teenagers, they have a sharp mind and they create stories in their mind, even of something not true. So their imagination is so strong that they create fear, believing that whatever they're seeing, they're imagining is real, because this is how their mind function. This is how their brain function. Plus this frequency of the devices. Plus, obviously, they would have poor habits of, health, food habits. Rita can confirm that it's what they eat. It's actually the whole environment for the teenagers now is not healthy, because that comparison they're in with their other peers, what they see on social media, is creating more fear for them and more anxiety. So eliminating all these is gonna give them instantly. It's gonna give them peace, and they will feel better. But the devices are priority to be eliminated, especially when they sleep.
But I wouldn't say only for teenagers, because I would say for everyone. And this pressure.
Yeah, but teenagers more, because their imagination is so vivid, so strong, and they really create in their mind that fear. I was working with this gentleman, he's 19 now. He can't leave the house. He was like going out all the time. He just couldn't leave the house. His dad was driving him to me to give him sessions. Now, last session he came, he drove on his own from Mirdif to here, because we cleared it, and he followed my instructions, putting off the router, removing that. What's it called? Whoop or hoop?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, it's like a watch. It's like an Apple thing, but they put it to monitor their sleep and their energy level and their heartbeat and I don't know what.
No,
That's
but
the trend probably for children in Dubai. I don't know.
no, I heard about it, but I don't know what it's called exactly.
Yeah.
But
I
this
think-
anxiety, I
Yeah.
think, yeah. No, but this anxiety thing is also linked to all of us. When we go on social media, more than our system can take. Because also, if you go to 40s and 50s, there is also lots of pressure when it comes to aging, what to do, what not to do, the habits, the healthy habits that become unhealthy when you are as if you have to, in a way, do so many things to reach a calm nervous system. However, when you do so many things, you are overloading your nervous system.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
also this for us, being a lot on social media and following lots of trends and trying to be taken by this pressure of staying younger or staying young, or do this and do that, drink this, drink that, sleep with your legs up, legs down. So many things are beautiful and definitely they are helpful. However, also scrolling on beautiful and healthy things for a long time is also anxious and would definitely put us also in anxious situations, just like what's happening for the teenagers from the scrolling. I think you agree with me on that.
Yes. Yes, I would like to add for Chiara, we talked about only one book that is available on Amazon. There is another set of flashcards. It's called, what's wrong with me today? There are flashcards. Also, it's written self-help Junshin Jyutsu, but it says health in your hands. That's the name. Notice how when I put this, the words.
Exactly. You remember immediately.
Yeah, so it says health in your hands. It's flashcards. It has a lot of explanation with the tiny booklets that explains a lot. One of the German teachers wrote it, and it's an amazing tool also to have. It will help you a lot, Chiara, and whoever would like to get it. So these two are our official books and our official things by Mary Burmeister studies or students and teachers. Actually, they are the teachers. They both help a lot with the self-help. And you can also use for others, because when I started initially with Junshin Jyutsu, I started with Touch of Healing, and I was helping my friends and my family with this book. So it has a lot of information.
And I would also recommend you to check the website of Jocelyne. It's super simple. You have it also on the invitation on the group, jocelyneshidia.com, and get her book. She has a beautiful book, My Blueprint. It's an amazing book. It has also some self-exercises to do, and it's highly recommended. I've read it, I enjoyed it, and the beautiful thing about this book is you read, you do the exercise, and it's small. It's not that big. Like, it's a beautiful travel book. Like, I took it one day at I was having a picnic at the lake. And it was like a gift from the sky, reading this amazing story of yours and doing those beautiful, easy to do exercises and trying to go within and finding yourself again. And I think this is the gift of that we all need to touch again, because we're touching so many material things and we're forgetting about what we have within that is still untouched for so many. So, Jocelyne.
I would like to add one thing about the book for fun.
Yeah.
A friend of mine read it. Well, he's the ex-husband of my friend, and he was away for a couple of years. He came back to Dubai. He said, "Oh my God, you published a book. I want to read it." He read it, and then he calls me. He said, like, "You're talking so nice about your ex-husband, saying this and sorry, the opposite." He said, "You're talking about him. You're like talking so negative about him, and at the end you say he's a nice guy. Like, how can you do this?" I said, "This is part of, you know." I was honest. I was like so authentic, so transparent with all the information. He is a nice guy, but he was very bad with me. So everything there is really authentically my life. And it is really my blueprint. It's exactly what happened with me. So if you'd like, it's a little bit fun to know this.
No, my blueprint is not only your story, but also it can be a kind of mirroring parts of all of our stories, because it has bits and pieces of so many things. And we all know that many people pass in our life, not only to bring us some kind of happiness, but also to teach us lessons. And sometimes some lessons, and the good ones actually, are learned through pain or through challenges that we have to thank those people who pass in our life. You know, they were also our mentors, our teachers, and thanks to them, we are where we are today. So I think at the end, you should also send him a kiss and thank him because you are here today. You had this beautiful journey because of how your life turned from how it was to how it is now, and it will keep on evolving for the better, for sure. So if you want to leave us today, Jocelyne, with one advice or one exercise or one question to ask ourselves also, why not, what would you tell us?
First, thank you so much for organizing this. I hope the information I shared was helpful and you will benefit from it. I always believe that we all go through what we go through, we do what we do, we evolve, we study, we improve our life for one thing, and that thing is to be happy. What brings us happiness? This is always the question. So I always ask myself, what makes me happy? For me, usually is my children are happy, my children are safe, my children are well. And then I come after that, I want to change this. I want to say, I'm happy, then my children are happy. So I would leave you with this question. Ask yourself, what makes you happy? And then when you know what makes you happy, you can really get there easily, effortlessly, and gently. And please use your hands. They are your Mary Burmeister said, you have a whole world, you have the whole universe in your hands, because you do have the whole universe by just using your fingers, your hands, place them on your body, even if you don't know which points you have to, even if you don't know what to do. If you just actually just hold your arms like this, which most of us, we do this when we sit, this is you're allowing yourself to receive. Every single thing you do, you place your hands on any part of your body, your head, your face, your physical, your whole physique. If you put your hands, you are doing something, you are harmonizing something, whether you know it or not. Whether you're aware of it or not, you are doing it. So just please put your hands, don't detach. In the Arab world, we were not allowed to put our hands because it was always like teaching us to disconnect from our body. Now we're learning to connect again to our body. So just place your hands anywhere on your body, and I promise you, you will be harmonizing something gently. You won't even know what it is, but you will have a good result. So just do it. This is my advice from my heart.
And thank you, Jocelyne. Also, it feels like a self-hug, and nothing will bring you happiness as much as self-love would. So if I can add something to your question, I would ask them to ask themselves, How can I find happiness within? And usually you turn to self-love, and that's how you will start discovering so many beautiful things about yourself that makes you happy. And then the ripple effect will start, and you will be a happy person no matter what, and no matter where, no matter with who you are, and no matter the challenges that life might bring you, right? So thank you, Jocelyne, for reminding us that healing doesn't always need force. Sometimes it begins with softness, awareness, breath, and the simple wisdom already within us. The art of Jyutsu, I love it. I experienced it. I definitely would recommend it, and do it through her, because she's an amazing, amazing healer. And I love you, my friend, from all my heart. I thank you for this beautiful session. And we'll see you soon in Italy. You'll be coming to Cala, and we'll do so much more with all of the Cala members, and also the Italian community. Actually now is super interested in everything that is related to wellness. And I have Francesca here, who is my partner in the wellness group. Ciao, Francesca. I hope she's still present. Anyway, Francesca is Italian, and together we opened this wellness group. She organizes also events, and hopefully we'll have Jocelyne in a different kind of events, because her events are more about sports and movement. All right, so big kisses to all. Thank you so much for joining. And again, thank you, Jocelyne. Super grateful.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. Thank you.
Thank you. It was amazing. Thanks, ladies.
Ciao, everyone. And I hope that you found what you were looking for through our session today.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.